Hello everyone, I am Professor S. Peer Basha, belongs to PG and Research Department of Computer Science, Jamal Muhammad College, Trichirappalli, southern part of Tamil Nadu. I belongs to the country India. In this video, we are going to discuss about a very important concept that is nothing but biological neural networks versus artificial neural networks. Alright, here we go. So these are the outlines of this discussion. So we'll first discuss what is a neuron is. After that, we will discuss the differences between biological neural network and artificial neural network and structure of the biological neural network, and at last we'll discuss about the structure of artificial neural networks. So let us discuss one by one. Okay, first we will discuss what is a neuron is. So this is the diagram of a neuron, how neuron looks like. Neurons are the specialized cells. So this is a specialized cell in a human body that will transmit the chemical and electrical signals in the brain. So in the human brain, these neurons will transmit the chemical and the electrical signals. Also, it is a basic building block of the central nervous system. Okay, now let us discuss some of the differences between the biological neural networks and artificial neural networks in terms of certain aspects. So, first one is memory. Humans can forget, but artificial neural networks cannot forget. This is the main difference. And regarding the size, for each neural network, 86 billion neurons is present in biological neural network, whereas in artificial neural network, we can have 10 to 1000 neurons can be present. Regarding learning, biological neural networks can tolerate ambiguity. Ambiguity in the sense confusion. It can tolerate the confusion. But artificial neural network, it requires practice in order to perform the ambiguity, in order to concentrate on the ambiguity. It is very precise and structured data is required. About the topology. So in biological neural networks, the complex topology with asynchronous connections presence. But here in ANN, artificial neural networks, topology has tree patterns with numeric layers. Regarding the power consumption, so biological neural networks, it consumes less power, approximately 20 watts, whereas this artificial neural networks, it consumes more power. Regarding the speed, biological neural networks is slower in processing information. That is, the response time is in milliseconds, whereas this artificial neural network, it is faster in processing information. Response time is in nanoseconds. Regarding the processing, biological neural network will massively process the data parallelly, but artificial neural networks, so it will process serially, so it's serial processing. Regarding the storage, it's highly complex and dense network of interconnected neurons, whereas this artificial neural networks is information storage is replaceable, means new data can be added by deleting an old one. So regarding the orientation and mechanism, biological neural network is a goal oriented and self-organizing, whereas this artificial neural network is task oriented and input driven. Now let us discuss about the structure of biological neural network. See, look at this diagram. So here this part represents synapse. This part represents synapse. And here this part, it represents myelin sheath. This part represents synapse, and this part, this one, this part represents myelin sheath. Here we could able to see the yellow color node, right? So that node is called as node of Ranvier. So it is node of Ranvier. Okay, and this one, this oval in shape, it's in blue color, right? So it is oligodendrocyte. This is oligodendrocyte. Okay. Now, where does the axon presence? The axon presence here. This is axon of biological neural network. Then you can ask me, where does the cell body occurs? So this is the cell body. This is the cell body. So we can also call the cell body as soma. We can also call cell body as soma. And this is a cell membrane. And here you have a tree-like structure. This is nothing but the dendrites. This is nothing but the dendrites. So let us discuss one by one. Okay. So first we will discuss about the synapse. So it is nothing but, it is a junction between the terminal of a neuron. So it occurs at the terminal of a neuron, and either another neuron or a muscle or a gland cell. Alright, so this is synapse. Okay. Then we have this one, that yellow color one, that is nodes of Ranvier. So here I told you that this is a myelin sheath, right? So this nodes of Ranvier means periodic gaps in the myelin sheath where the signal is recharged as it moves along the axon. As it moves along the axon, the periodic gaps in the myelin sheath where the signal will be recharged. Okay, so this is very, very important. And we can talk about the dendrites, this one, dendrites. So dendrites are a branch-like structure. See, this is looking like a branch. So it is a branch-like structure extending away from the cell body, that is cell body soma, right? And their job is to receive messages from other neurons. Their job is to receive messages from other neurons. As we told you that cell body, soma, it is nothing but like other cells, each neuron has a cell body that contains a nucleus, smooth and rough endoplasmic reticulum. And we will talk about the axon. So axon is a tube-like structure. Axon is a tube-like structure, this one. This one. So it looks like a tube, right? So axon means it carries the electrical impulse from the cell body to the structures at the opposite end. So it will transmit, this axon will transmit the electrical impulse from the cell body to the structures at the opposite end of the neuron. That is axon terminals. Okay. So I hope you have understood all the parts of the biological neural network. Okay. So once again, I just wanted to show you about the parts. Okay. See. This is what I said. This is a synapse. And this part, it represents myelin sheath. So this is a myelin sheath. 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 So the myelin sheath is connected by the yellow color one, that is nothing but node of Ranvier. So this is an axon. This tube-like structure. This is an axon, and this is a cell body, also called a soma, and these are the dendrites, that is tree-like structures, stem-like structures, right? This is a dendrites. This is a cell membrane. Okay. So let us discuss the other one, structure of artificial neural networks. Okay. So artificial neural networks has the inputs and the weights and the sum and the activation function. So let us discuss what is this input stands for? Input is nothing but set of values for which we need to predict the output value. So this inputs, this x1, x2, x3, x4, it contains some values where we need to predict the output value. Then you can ask me, what does this W stands for? That is W11, W12, W13 and W14. This is nothing but a weight. Okay. So weights are the real values that are associated with each feature, which tells the importance of that feature in predicting the final value. So sum is nothing but sum. We need to multiply this input with weights. If I consider this input as x and weight as w, then sum would be x dot w. So for the sum, I can say x1 into w1 plus x2 into w2 plus x3 into w3 plus x4 into w4. This is the this is the sum value. Now let us discuss about the activate function in neural networks. Okay, what is the use of activation function? In artificial neural networks, the activation function of a node defines. So this activation function defines the output of that node given an input or a set of inputs. For a given single input or a set of inputs, it will give the output of the node. Okay, so this is the concept. So which is nothing but this activation function is nothing but the output of a neuron or a node given an input or a set of inputs. So this is very, very important. So why we need activation function? You can ask me. So it may improve or reduce the performance of the artificial neurons. So the main task of this activation function is to transmit the signal in the node, into the output signal. All right. Now we can talk about the machine learning in artificial, how machine learnings are used in artificial intelligence. So as you know that there are three types of learning, like supervised learning, unsupervised learning and reinforcement learning. Supervised learning in the sense, learning with the help of a teacher. Learning with the help of the teacher is supervised learning. Learning without the supervisor, without the teacher, is called as unsupervised learning. Reinforcement learning, which is nothing but learning by means of observation. So these are the three types of learning in artificial neural networks. Okay, so we will discuss in the upcoming videos one by one. So I hope you have understood the concepts of what is a neuron is, the differences between the biological neural networks and artificial neural networks with certain aspects, and I have talked about the structure of biological neural network, and I have talked about the structure of artificial neural network and machine learning in artificial neural networks. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you.